Jake, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, exciting times. I've been looking forward to this chat for many years. It's finally here. Self-reliance. I watched it last night, and I don't even know where to start with this movie. Action, comedy, getting chased by assassins, getting teeth knocked out. I don't want to give out too much. I don't want to give out too much away, but I loved it, my friend.
Thanks, man.
What are you hoping for when the viewers tune in to watch this? What are you hoping to get out of this film?
Honestly, I'm hoping people get the enthusiasm that you just showed. I wanted to put a lot into it. I wanted it to be comedy. I wanted it to be lightness. I wanted there to be romance, action, mystery, fun. I want my main hope was that people, when they watch it, aren't checking their phone too much. I like pacing. I like a manic pace. I didn't want things to feel slow.
Mm.
I wanted to try to keep up with social media and how fast everything is kind of going. And I wanted you to go on the journey and not know what was happening. And when it ends, feel like you're glad you gave me 90 minutes of your time.
As a two-part question, any pressure going into this as a writer, director, and starting in this? And then how did you come up with the idea for this film?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say I think with everything we do, there's always pressure because, or at least there's always pressure for me because I care and I care how people are going to take to it. And I don't want to let down people who have followed me in my career and who care
Mm.
because I didn't start working until my late 20s. So I've done so much where I've been on stages and nobody came, and I was in projects that nobody paid attention to. And so the fact that New Girl happened and audiences have been following with, I don't want to let them down.
Mm.
And so I know how different this business is to perform for nobody. And so the pressure is always to try to keep expanding and do things that excite me that still resonate with the fans.
How did this story come about for you to write this?
The original idea came from a Japanese reality show where they took a contestant and they put him inside an apartment with no clothes and no food, and the only way he could
Uh,
eat and dress was winning from coupons or winning rewards from like radio shows, that call-in shows.
yeah.
And the harder it got for him and the more he struggled, the funnier
Mm.
it was for the audience. And I thought, what a wild premise. And so I started kind of obsessing about Japanese reality shows and where reality shows could go. And then like shows like Survivor hit,
Okay.
which I found really trippy. And then shows like The Challenge on MTV, which was a really big show for me. And so shows that were pushing people to go further and further started getting exciting. Shows like Alone, Naked and Afraid. And
Mm.
so then I wanted to make a movie about a character who was on a show as heightened as it could be, but I wanted it to be comedic. And so I thought, what if nobody believed he was playing?
Mm. How did you connect with Tommy, and what did you love about him?
I love that. Um, what do I love about Tommy? I love that Tommy believes in himself. And I love that no matter, and it's why there's that Emerson quote at the beginning of the movie. Even when everybody's telling him he's wrong, he
Yeah.
doesn't care. And I think there's really something about trusting your instincts and having conviction in your own truth. And it's something I liked about the character and something that was unwavering in terms of writing and performing it. It could never really get to the moment where, while Tommy's experiencing it, he's also questioning too much. He always had to have faith in his own internal clock and his own instincts.
Mm. How was the idea like bringing in some of these celebrities to join to be part of this, even if it was just for a few minutes,
Yeah,
or
I
even bringing
mean,
or even bringing up their name?
Samberg coming on board, I think, really set the table with tone. He's naturally so funny, and how he plays it really kind of sets the audience just right. I think Anna Kendrick is such a talent, and not only that, she's also a director. So having her on board was really helpful to me. Natalie Morales was the same way. She's really talented and a director. Eduardo Franco, I didn't realize how much joy he brings to audiences when he's on screen.
Yeah.
Chris Lloyd, being able to do a scene with Chris Lloyd is an honor I'll take with me for the rest of my career. A guy like Biff Whiff, his
Mm.
performance as James, I think, is as good of a performance as I've ever seen and been around. And so I just kind of felt like everybody kind of came in. Gata's performance was unbelievable. Everybody in the family. It's honestly, it's hard to list everybody because there was just so much goodness from, in my opinion.
Mm. Do you have a favorite Tommy quote? I'll tell you mine. Mine was "I'll kill Andy Samberg." You skip saying it over and over throughout the movie. I was like dying. I was like, this got to be one of the best quotes.
I'll take that quote too. I like it too.
uh, I don't want to give all too much away and everything, but do you have like a favorite scene that sticks out with this movie?
Honestly, there's too many. I have moments that I remember. I loved doing the intervention. I think the family is so funny, and I think Biff Whiff is so great. So that was a lot of fun. I loved doing honestly everything with Andy. Anytime Anna Kendrick's on set, I'm happy. Um, Chris Lloyd. I mean, honestly, all of them. There wasn't a scene that I wasn't excited to be part of.
Was there a scene that was left out of the movie that maybe we'll see it someday?
That's a good question. I honestly can't remember at the moment. I know the original draft of this when I first started was about 200 pages. So there was a ton of stuff cut out to get to this stage. But I'm a big believer in drafts and grinding. So much has been shaved and changed. So I'm sure a lot got cut in the editing floor that I'm not remembering now. But we actually added a lot. After we premiered at South by Southwest and sold, we did additional photography. We added scenes. We recut. So I like how projects change. I like creativity being fluid. I like things being alive until they're not. And so this one just kept changing.
Last question, the ending, the knock on the door, screen goes black. Sequel or what? Do you have any ideas for another continuation of the story?
Nope, that's it. The rest is
That's
up to
it.
you. It's your imagination
Uh
now. What's the
Come
pitch? You
on.
tell me.
I don't
Give me the
know.
pitch.
I'll think of something.
Yeah.
Jake, this was great. Thank you for giving me a few minutes today, and hopefully I'll see you again in the future.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you.
Bye.